And now the solutions. Question 1. Which two modules in combination allow you to merge multiple fields into a single field? Check all that apply. And the answer is Display Suite and Token. Now keep in mind that Token isn't a dependency of Display Suite, so you'll have to install it separately. Question 2. What will a view mode allow you to do? Check all that apply. And the answer is B and C. A view mode allows you to group fields to display and allows you to reuse that display in multiple places. To reorder the inputs on the creation form for a content type, you would go to Manage Form Display instead. And it's Display Suite custom fields that will allow you to create custom fields that merge multiple fields together. Question 3. Display Suite will allow you to split your forms into two separate columns, true or false. And the answer is true. In fact, there are a number of different templates you can use to split the content into multiple regions. It's worth taking a look at those to know what you have available to you. Question 4. You can select which view mode to use when creating a list of content with views, true or false. The answer is true. View modes are probably the most powerful with views. And finally, which date format would you use to produce the following date? And the answer is D. Okay, let's take a look at our challenges. So our first challenge was create an administrative view using a custom view mode for basic pages where you can see the full content, the author, and post date in this particular format, 2/5/2029. So the first thing we're going to need to do is create a custom view mode for basic pages, and it will display the content, the author, and post date. So let's start there. I'm going to go to Structure, Display Modes, View Modes, and Add New View Mode. We're going to add it for content. We'll set this to Delete Me, since we'll have to come back and delete it later. I'll click Save. And now let's use that view mode in basic pages. So I'll go to Structure, Content Types, Basic Page, and Manage Display. We'll scroll down and click the Custom Display Settings and allow us to adjust the settings of the Delete Me view mode. I'll click Save. And then let's go to Delete Me. And what we want is the full content, the author, and the post date in a particular format. In order to have access to the author and adjust the format of the post date, we're going to need to use Display Suite. So let's select the layout for it to activate Display Suite. We'll use the one column layout. So we want the author, let's drag that up here, and we want the post date. Of the options that we have here, none of them quite fit what we need. So we're going to need to create a new date format. Let's save this layout, and I'll use Coffee to go to date and time formats. Let's add a new format. Let's open up the PHP manual to the date page so we can see what we need. So even though the date's a bit ambiguous, I'm in the US, so the day is going to come first, and it's not going to have any leading zeros, so we're going to use J. So J/ and then the month. So I'll scroll down here to the month section, and we want no leading zeros, so that's going to be N, and then slash the full year, which is a capital Y. I'm going to use this as the name as well, and we'll click Add Format. Now we can go back and use this format in our content type. So I'm going to go back to Basic Page, Manage Display. We'll go back to the Delete Me view mode. And next to post date, let's use our JNY. Let's save this. And now we need to create a view, particularly an administrative view. So let's go to Structure, Views, Add New View. We'll call this Delete Me. We're going to show content of all basic page types. We'll create a page, and we'll set this as an unformatted list, and it won't let us pick the view mode that we want, so we'll have to wait for the next page. Let's click Save and Edit, and let's click Teaser to change the view mode. So we want Delete Me. Let's click Apply. Let's scroll down and take a look, and here we go. We have the full body, the name of the author, and the day is going to come first, and then month, and then year. That was a good one. Okay, let's do cleanup. I'm going to delete this view. I'm going to delete the view mode. And I'm going to delete the custom date type right here. Okay, let's check out our next challenge. So make the title on the home page purple using the style color purple. So we're going to need some CSS to do this, so we'll use the CSS injector for it. So first, let's come up with a good rule. I'm going to jump over to where we're an anonymous user, and I'll go to the home page, and I'll right-click on this title and inspect it. And let's create a new style rule. And so here's the selector, and let's set the color to purple. Okay, might be a little hard to see, but there it is. So let's copy this CSS and create a new CSS injector rule. So I'll jump back to where I'm an administrator. I'll use Coffee to jump to the CSS injector. And let's add a new rule. We're adding a new rule because we only want this to affect the home page, not any other pages. I'm going to paste in the code here. We'll call this Delete Me. and we're going to set this to display only on the listed pages. Now the home page doesn't have a specific URL. The content of it changes depending on what we set as the home page in our site information configuration. If we read the text down here, it says we can use this keyword front to indicate the home page. So let's do that. I'm going to copy it and paste it in here. I'll click save, and let's jump to where we're anonymous and refresh. And we have our purple title. Let's clean this challenge up. I'm going to just delete this delete me CSS injector rule. Now for the third challenge, figure out how to enable field prefixes and suffixes using Display Suite. Prefixes and suffixes are a pretty useful feature in Display Suite and could have almost gotten us what we wanted from our submitted by custom field. The way we can accomplish this is by using Display Suite field templates. So I'm going to go to the Display Suite settings. Once we're here, let's click Settings. And in the tab Field Templates, we're going to click Enable Field Templates. For default field template, we're going to set it to Expert. Let's click Save Configuration. And now let's go back to one of our content types. So we'll go to our blog entry and we'll click Manage Display. So now when we go to a field, say Body, and the field template widget is set to Expert, and we click the cogwheel, we can now set a prefix and a suffix to the field. By the time you watch this video, it might be possible to use tokens in the prefix and suffix fields here. When that does become possible, you would be able to create this custom submitted by field without having to create a custom field. You could just use the author field and create a prefix that said by, and then a suffix that says on, and then a token that pulls in the post date. Even without tokens though, this feature is particularly useful. Are you ready for the underwhelming token of achievement that you get by pressing enter after accomplishing the 3 challenges of the Overachiever Rater? Well, here we go.